Are you ready?
Be no more vivid example of the very real threats from American freedom than just a few weeks ago, you saw it, when we witnessed one of the most shocking abuses of power by any administration and trampled upon my rights and civil liberties as if our country that we love so much were a third world nation. Ladies' closet drawers and everything else. And even did a deep and ugly search of the room of my 16-year-old son.
The speech comes just a day after the
is at it again, launching into a crazy, unhinged online rant targeting the FBI, demanding he be immediately installed as president while trying to rally support from his supporters over the false claim of, quote, criminal election interference. This comes as a new poll shows a majority of his supporters believe the U.S. is headed toward a civil war.
So tonight, I've come to this place where it all began to speak as plainly as I can to the nation about the threats we face, about the power we have in our own hands to meet these threats, and about the incredible future that lies in front of us if only we choose it. We must never forget, we the people are the flame that lit our way through abolition, the Civil War, suffrage, the Great Depression, world wars. Question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. These are hard things, but I'm an American president, not a president of red America, blue America, but of all America. And I believe it's my duty to level with you, to tell the truth, no matter how difficult.
Wave of legal action altering abortion access within states. Some experts actually believe that the reversal of Roe v. Wade is likely to trigger battles among states that could be unlike anything we've seen since before the Civil War. NBC News correspondent Ken Delaney joins us now from Washington. Ken, those are obviously very big words.
Some Trump supporters have also increased calls for a civil war. Laura Barone-Lopez takes a deeper look at
extremism, and then you have the battle. And I think that that's what we should be afraid of most, is that those extremists in a battle having a type of civil war, which I think there's a reasonable chance of. When I say,
what do you mean by civil war?
A civil war, I think we will, that the rule of law and constitution can be
against itself cannot stand. Those words were spoken by the man who would become America's first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, in a speech to the Illinois Republican State Convention on June 16, 1858. 3 years later, President Lincoln was the commander-in-chief in the war that killed more Americans than any other, our Civil War. Our House has been divided since then over issues like women's right to vote, civil rights, the Vietnam War, the Iraq War. But through all of that, our House has never been divided against itself, to the point that the New York Times and the New Yorker are now running headlines saying, is a civil war ahead? Are we really facing a second civil war?